welcome back. So I want to start by saying thank you to everybody that subscribed. It really means a lot to me, because I've been through a lot, and I want to share what I've, been through, and hope to bring you guys some hope, because if you're looking to make a leap or a jump, or if you're feeling stuck and you just need some inspo, I got you. My healing journey has been fucking wild. And yeah, just through all of it and every turn, and it's like I just feel like I need to share it, and if I could do it, like, you guys could do it too, and I don't want anybody to feel like they're stuck and alone. Like, you're not alone, I'm here. Or let me help you find a way to be happy alone. Whatever. Okay. I had points for today because I wanted to get back to, I said I was going to make that quantum leap video. I'm going to try and find like a good angle where it's maybe I just gotta move my glasses. No, then I look like a librarian down here. I just need like a ruler and I could be the librarian. Oh, I could do it. Another idea for Comic-Con. Okay, no, let me stop. Okay, so quantum leaping, right, and how I wanted to make that video the other day, and life happened. Life definitely happened. So that was the other day. Like I said, I think it's been 3 days now, and here I am finally at like 12:30 a.m. making this video. But hey, I fell asleep. I knocked out after dinner. Me and the kids were rewatching Stranger Things, and I ended up taking a nap, and now here I am, and I'm just awake. So I figured, screw it, let's go for it. So yes, back to it. Quantum leaping, and like how it's not always cute, and the part that, like, a lot of people don't talk about, and it's like preparing for it too, and all the different layers that you're gonna have to shed. Now there's like, you can quantum leap, which is literally multiple timelines. You're making a huge shift with quantum leaping. You can change timelines. Like, you could do simple things, easy things that are gonna change a timeline for you. But it's like, even for me, for instance, like, I'm leaping to a whole different thing. I leapt to a whole different thing. And they'll tell you too, like, there are people that cannot go along so that, the other you, to where you're going, to the better version, not better version, fudge, to your like higher self, to the next stage, whatever you want to call it. Not everybody is part of that path. And that has been like one of the hardest parts too, and especially for me, because like it definitely involved family, and it took me a long time with family as well to really understand that concept as well. Like I was more or less, in a way, like sacrificing, the family that I had created, like my kids, and what I was trying to build with them for the family that I was born into, and the 444, I might time it right there. Yo, let's go. Let's go, baby. Yeah, like, the life that I want with me and my kids, and the way that that my family is, and their beliefs, and just all of it all together as a whole, um, that doesn't fit with what I wanted to create for us, my family was so toxic for me, one of the things I wanted to talk on too, like with quantum leaping and what got me here, and some of the things, it led me down all these different paths. I thought I was always on a different path, and it was the wrong path, is what I kept telling myself, But then it's like, all right, I want to change the path. Oh, I could change the path at one point in time years ago. I remember my mom had always been saying something. Oh, so let me tell you the backstory on that and the kind of toxic. My mom is like always gotten on me my whole life because I'm fat. But like, you know what I mean? I'm not fat, but there's been times my mom will tell me straight up like that, like, I'm fat. Why are you fat still, Dana? But she used to tell me that I had to learn to control my mind. And then I would stop eating and exercise more, and my weight would just go away, I guess. But it was, the way she would always say mind control stuck with me. She would always tell me to do yoga, and it will help me control my mind, And then a few years ago, when I started doing yoga and everything, and it's like, I could see what's happening, I realized my intuition. Like, I always had like good intuition, and I thought it was just certain things. I thought it was just like a skill or something, that it was like, I don't know, I was smart in a different way that wasn't like, oh, she goes to college and got incredibly smart, like education wise. I didn't realize the entire time, like, it's always been my intuition, I freaking love it. Like, I'm really good at that. My kids can't lie to me. Most people can't lie to me. It's like, it's an inner knowing. I'll know. Oh my gosh, the woman with the plants. That woman with the plants. I knew she was lying to me, and I said it to her too. Like, you're a liar. Oh, woman tried to get these plants. Like, we pulled up to the same place. The post said it was free. Do not bother me. She's like, you can't have these plants. I talked to the guy. I'm like, you talked to him? And she's like, I talked to him. I'm like, you're a liar. I felt it inside. Like, I heard it inside. Like, Dana, she's lying. And I picked up that one plant and I walked away with it. I wanted the other one too. I watched them struggle. These women stuffed these plants in their car, and they drove through like the whole town with them hanging out of the back of the car and the trunk wide open. They were just like, fuck it, you were that greedy to get those plants. The one I got was like a decent looking one too, and it was kind of dead. I was able to propagate some of it, but like, go ahead, ladies. If your plants ended up all dead, well, I guess that's why. Rottenness. They wouldn't thrive in that kind of vibrations anyway. But yeah, so my mom and the mind control and the yoga, I don't know how the hell I wound up on plants. Sorry, guys. But it led me to paths, and I can change my path. So I tell you about the path too. The way I felt. I felt like I wanted my whiteboard so that I could draw like my whole thing for you, and I lost the markers. Every freaking single one of them. I was like channeling the Wayans brothers there at White Chicks. But you said it. Sorry. Alright, anyway. So my big thing was like, I knew, I don't know, I guess I always thought there was one correct path, right? Because also conditioning, my family, Dana, you fuck up. Like, I was always the fuck up, or what are you fucking up now, Dana? Or of course you did that, Dana, because you fuck everything up. So that was like a huge part of the conditioning. And having to get rid of all of that was a lot more work than I thought it was going to be, because, well, no, I made it more work than I thought it was going to be also. That's stupid shit too. Like, and I always, oh, what would Jesus do? And I always have to bring myself back to it. Like I'm not perfect. I am not Jesus. I do obtain to be something like that. But also, like at one point when I had first like really went back into the Bible, I wanted to start reading things and remembering. I wanted to start remembering things. It was something about like, keep forgiving, and 70 times 7, 70 times 70, and I thought, I was naive, so I always took that as, well, I have to keep myself in these bad situations and keep doing, because Jesus said, yeah, you let that person screw you over or abuse you, like 70 times 70. So even with family, I didn't realize all of that, and I thought there was one like correct path, that you had to be on. And I didn't realize that each path is its own journey, So in my head, here I am, and I'm thinking like there's multiple different paths, right? And I'll start to go down one path, and I get halfway there, and I realize like, because the path there, was like, and I probably still kept going too. There was probably times where it got even more rigid, and I'm like, and I kept going. Uh, and then I'd be like, okay, yeah, this isn't gonna get me to that end destiny that I guess I've had in my head too, for a while. Like, it's been an end game, I guess, for me, or not even an end game, like my whole dream, you know. And I'd be like, all right, I gotta turn around now, and I gotta go back to start, and I gotta try and go up this one, and then I do the same thing with that one. I'd be like, fudge, that wasn't it. Let me turn back around and try the next one. Not it either. And now it's funny because it's like I've learned so much, and that was, I want to say, like me explaining that in the past, to like two of my friends one time. I want to say that was like 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago. And here I am now, and it's like I feel like those are all different timelines, and like my higher self and my future was always right there, and that was that end game. I seen it as, it was like a pyramid. It was like my prism right there, and it was like I had to get there. And I thought it was like, the halfway mark and all that rigidness, it was like it was thorns, and it would get thicker, and it's like, nah, turn around and go back. That's how I felt like the path was. And now I can look at it, and it's like, oh, different timelines, and it was like I wasn't fucking anything up. I had to take all those timelines, and it sucks because like people say that all the time, and oh, this is only gonna make you stronger. But you know what? I feel like a lot of people that say that shit too and give you that answer, oh, it's only gonna make you stronger, it's part of your journey. Like half of them didn't even have like a real, like they probably didn't even have a real ass journey. You know what I mean? So if you hear people say that to you, like try not to get discouraged, and stuff. Some people just, they didn't even have that journey, you know. Some of us, things are very different for, but then some of us, like, we do go through very similar situations, and there is no right or wrong, and we don't fuck anything up. Sometimes shit just freaking happens, I've had a lot of shit just happen. But then, I've worked through a lot of it too. And then, like, with the family and everything, I finally seen what it was and really started to put boundaries for me and really understood, too. Like, I was always so big on family and family and family. And it's like, my kids are right here, like, this is this is my family, and I gotta leave the toxicity that I came from and put, like, you know, a healthy boundary there. So actually, back to a quick part 2 of the video the other day, you know, I had said I had to, like, put space with my mom and everything. So since then, and I took the leap, I was with my mom the other day, and it wasn't that, like, it was just the best time I feel like I've had with my mom in a long time, because that's the way it was. Because let me tell you, my mother, my mom, and I love my mom so much. Like, I freaking love my mother, but she's the most negative person ever. And she will always look, you know, it's like she can have like 50 blessings, you know, like thrown right at her, like boom, 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 boom. But it could not be the 2 things that she had asked for, and she'll be like, oh, I'm damned, why? And like, I was like, okay, Mom, we're not going to do that right now. Like, you see this one, and this is a blessing, and we're going to look at it like this now, you know? And it was like, I guess I handled it better. I don't know, because it was different. All of it was different, you know? And at one point, I had taken her to like Bob's Furniture, you know, and we're waiting for the representative, the sales rep and whatever, to come over and do whatever he's doing with his computer. And my mom's over there complaining. This guy's like over there, you know, he's not listening to her. I'm just walking around looking at the beds like, and I'm like, oh, Dad, I'm like, please give me some magic right now. I'm like, magic, just this whole situation, you know, something like, please be here in this moment, you know, because my dad is with me. My dad is with me almost all the time. Like, my dad is one of my spirit guides. I can feel his presence when my dad is really strong with me. Oh, I love you, Dad. Like, I just have that. I could feel it, and I didn't know what it was. And it started like not that long, you know, after he passed. I just had this weird, like, I wanted to like just put my head here, you know, and I felt like this comfort for some reason. And it's like, it's my dad, you know, and I'm like, yo, I need some of that magic right now, right? And boom, like his favorite band starts playing on the radio. Like, let's fucking go, you know, like yeah, it was great. And I took my mom. She wanted to stop and grab something to eat. And then I had an issue with my daughter at the school. So then I'm like, all right, Mom, we gotta go. I gotta go to the school. She's like, all right, yeah, let's go. And then I'm explaining stuff to her, you know, and I guess in the moment she's seen it in a different light, and I guess she understood, like, you know, some of all the other different circumstances going on as well, because I'm not talking to my sister either. And that too, you know, my mom, let me tell you that my mom is very upset with me because I'm not speaking to my sister. And my mother, it was pretty much something like, well, fuck your kids, you know, your sister. And like, you have to be there for your sister. You're like, well, fuck the kids, you know, that's your sister. Like, no, like, never anybody above my kids, ever, anybody. That's it, point blank, period. Like, I'm not that woman too, you know, like, I went to the school to get Belle, and these kids know. So yeah, like, some of the really hard parts, you know, and my friends, like, over the years. Like I love all of you guys. To all of my friends that I have not seen or spoken to, you know, or it's just like vague speaking every now and then, and especially when I just like randomly hit you up or send you a random text or something, you know, like I'm thinking about you and I love you. And every single person that like we've ever crossed paths, whether it was good or bad, whether it was Jane on some shits or not. Like I always wish everybody well, you know, and for every single one of us, I just want us all to come to a place of healing together and to be able to love. Like if we could all heal and share love, that'd be it. Anyway, um so yeah, you become alone and you shed everything, and it's deep diving the healing depending on the kind of trauma you've been through too, you know, and all those things that I just told you about family and conditioning, you know. Undoing those things, it seems like it can be really freaking scary, but I can't tell you how badly I wish I had done that sooner. Like, how badly little Dane wished I had done that sooner. You know, it's little things like that that we don't realize, those traumatic moments in life. I'm gonna give you guys one of them right now for me. There was this one time, I want to say I had to have been like maybe between 8 and 10, and I don't remember exactly what was going on, but I had like ran out of the house and I had hid. I don't think my dad was home, and I hid outside and I had waited to see how long it would be until someone like came to try and like find me or say something, you know, like where's Dave? And nobody came. I don't know, I was a kid, so I don't know how long like I actually sat there for, you know, but nobody came. So when I was healing, which we're always still doing, you know, like one of the things I did was I did a meditation, right? And I went to find little Dane. I knew exactly where she was hiding. It wasn't hard for me to find her. You know what I mean? Looked right up to her. I didn't really have to explain to her to, you know, either who I was. She kind of knew, you know, and I told her, like, it's okay. Like, I'm here now, you know? I'm here now, and I see you, and I love you, you know? And, like, look at us now, and you see me smiling, right? And it's gonna be okay, you know? And I told her how much I loved her and that I was sorry, and if she would forgive me. And she forgave me, and then, you know, gave her permission to let all of that go and just go be a kid, Dan, you know? And then I thought about it, you know, at a couple of different instances. And it's like meeting yourself, you know, face to face and moving past it. And it was like, when you think about it, you know, sometimes it can be scary, but you don't know how badly you need you. Like, you need you. I need me. I need me. And like it's all part of it. Like go find your path, you know, and make it right, and then you can go for the future, man. What else you got? What do you got to lose, you know? Anyway, so yeah, that's the the part that maybe not everybody tells you about quantum leaping, you know, and some of the darker parts of how you have to, you know, kind of pull away, work on you. Family can change, your idea of family can change, your circle can change, and then, you know, you also see like your tribe that's gonna go with you. Or if you don't have that tribe yet, you know, don't worry, they're coming. They're gonna come. I'm so excited for the people that I'm gonna meet, you know, through here. Like it's gonna be part of my tribe, you know. This isn't really on any of my socials. This is something, you know, completely separate because I really wanted to reach, you know, whoever it's meant to reach. Like, you know, magic its way to where it's supposed to be. And I feel like crappy crap. I had one more thing that I 100% wanted to talk on. Oh, and it was like, yes, how they say you really have to embody that, you know, that other person. So I really thought, like, fudge, how am I going to embody that person, you know, because she got money that I don't got. But it's just, it wasn't even that, you know. It's like the smaller aspects when you stop worrying about something like that, you know. And it's like even kind of like Jim Carrey and like the yes man, you know what I mean? You got to start saying yes more, especially if you're a knower, you know. You got to, in a way, you want to switch up your routine too, right? A couple of things. One, it's like your energy and your body, all of that, you jump, it's got to catch up, you know what I mean? Things got to recalibrate around you. So that goes in with like losing the people, you know, losing your comfort and everything. You got to recalibrate. Like I said, they can't always go with you to where you're going, to your to your pyramid, I guess my pyramid, you know what I mean? Not everybody could go with you there, so it's going to start to fall away. You gotta embody that new person, even if it's something like you gotta now become the yes man. It's even in all the small things. Anything I can say yes to. I was put through it too, though, right? My car. So one of the things, and my future self, you know, we didn't drive a car no more. We were in an SUV and we have room, you know, all the good stuff. My car that I had bought in 2020, I had worked so hard, was so proud to like get all the way up to this nice car, you know. I had got a Kia, and then shit happened. Oh my gosh, toxic boyfriend ruined it. He crashed it, fucked that shit up, got it fixed, and then other shit happened. Long story short, the beginning of January, it had like a little piece of a bumper that was zip tied on there. Like it was bad. It was embarrassing. You know what I mean? And I was going with like the humility of it all too. Like, all right, it's okay. Something good's gonna come from this, you know, da 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 da. And then I'm driving and mother fudge balls. It was like, bro, it was like black ice. My car, the guy in front of me stops and I'm trying to brake and I just like float into the back of him. Yeah, so I was at fault for that. That sucks. But it also landed me with no car for a few months too. And that as much as I was humbled before by the shit car, having no car again, that humbled me too. And it was just great because when I tell you, like, I envisioned the SUV, I had started envisioning it too right here. seen myself look out that window, my bedroom window, and I seen me and the kids pull up in the SUV, you know? And it played out like I didn't want to finance another vehicle either, you know? I had wanted to lease it and this and that, but the way it played out, like, it was such a blessing. And before, like, me would have been like, oh, well, this is a lot and this is a lot, even right now probably would have been having a panic attack about all of it and the prices and everything, you know? And it's just like, but if I kept that resistance, you know, I keep that resistance bubble, then I can't get to the pyramid, you know? So it's something like that. And honestly, it's been so great. So I've had that truck, you know, and I've been able to go on a couple of adventures and take the kids on these adventures. I love going on adventures in woods and shit. And even just being able to, you know, take the kids back and forth again is awesome. And then being able to participate, you know, with some of their friends is great too. You know, that too. I always wanted to be the parent that, you know, my kids wanted to bring their friends to the house, you know, like, yeah, come to our house. Our house is the cool house and everything, you know. And can I tell you guys how much I hated that I didn't have that house? You know, I wasn't that house. I had the house pictured in my head and what I wanted it to look like and how I wanted the backyard and all these different toys and things. And, you know, like, yeah, like they're that house, you know, and she's that mom and everything. Like, damn, I didn't get any of that. But I'm realizing now, like, especially with their friends, like, I am that mom, you know, and I love it just because I don't have that house and I don't have those certain toys. Like, I have bonds with, you know, my kids and some of their friends that, like, I'm so honored and blessed to have that, you know. And when they come into my house and they tell me that they're happy to be here and that they feel safe and that they love it here, like, that's everything to me. You know what I mean? Like, all right, guys, just don't take your shoes off because your feet smell horrific. But it's like, I absolutely love it. So it's like me just having them in here, like, let me take out the aspect of I didn't have that part. That's what I was thinking about, you know, back then. But here I am embodying that woman. Just because I didn't have that thing didn't mean I couldn't embody her. You know, it's everything, every chance that you can get, you know, to embody the person you want to be. And that's where, you know, things could get a little shaky and they're going to change and they're going to crumble. And I mean, shit. Some of us are just ready for that change anyway, right? So that's, at least for me it was. And I'm like, oh, let this shit crumble, bruh. I'm ready. I was ready for the tower moment, you know? Like, I felt like I've had so many tower moments. It's like, oh, I seen a 333 on my timer, so I'm gonna stop talking. But there's been a lot of tower moments throughout my whole life, you know what I mean? So when it got to this one, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm quantum leaping. It's all gotta crumble. It's slowly been crumbling. It was shit the whole time. I started remembering. I started learning. I wanted to know more. I wanted to be more, you know, all the time. And yeah, I was ready for that tower. I'm like, let the shit all burn down. As long as I have my kids, let it burn down. I'm a freaking phoenix. You know what I mean? After everything I've been through, I can't even tell you how strong I am. I mean, freaking goddess. I'm just a goddess. I have nothing else to say other than that, point blank period. Yeah, but shit. Let it all burn down around me and my kids. I will literally wrap my wings around them in protection, let the shit burn, and then we're gonna rise and fly together. The Temple of Sonare. Whoo, baby! I'm telling you, like, breaking generational curses is a thing. If you are that one, welcome, welcome, baby. I see you and I love you And you are more than enough. And you freaking got this. The power is all within us, guys. All we have to do is look within. Look within. Jesus said it. Look within. So yeah, there's some more quantum leaping for you guys. And I will talk to you again soon. And hit me up if you have any questions about quantum leaping, timeline shifting, or just any questions that you have for me. I love you guys, and thank you so much for sharing this space with me again. I hope you guys have a great night and a blessed Beltane. Blessed everything. Bless your hearts, every one of us. I think that was the Christmas Carol, right? What was his name? Oh, the little boy. I think he had a cane. Fudge balls. I'm trying to think. It's like Mickey in my head right now. Mickey Christmas Carol. I'm gonna go. I love you guys.